Alright, we should be live in a second. Alright, we're live, I think. Alright, what up, chat? Alright, this should be fun. So, Master Duel's finally getting some new content. Actually getting some new cards, not just a new story mode. So this should be fun. I haven't heard a whole lot about the art types in here, because I haven't actually played them IRL or anything, so... Should be fun, should be fun. I was originally going to do this as just a video rather than a live stream, but I decided I thought it'd be much better to do it as a live stream since there's probably a lot of people in chat who are a lot more familiar with these cards IRL than me, who has no idea what the fuck any of them do. So you guys might know if they're more impactful on meta or whatever, and I can ask chat questions. That'll be a bit of a better idea. So yeah, this should be fun. Should be fun. Also important to note that I might as well repeat this a few. How many people are in the chat right now? We got 29. Also important to note that this is not all the cards we're getting, I'm pretty sure. I think this is just the cards that are confirmed. So, I damn right hope these weren't all the cards in the packs, but yeah, these are just the cards that are confirmed. So it's not going to be like an entire box review or anything like it is for the Duel Links boxes, because we've only got a few cards confirmed, but we'll be going through all these cards today and checking them out. Were these new packs only in the selection packs? I believe so? I don't know. Again, they're arriving on April 3rd. Bit of a weird day for them to arrive, I thought. Why don't they just do everything at the start of the month, but okay. Yeah, it's kind of an odd date for them to arrive. These packs will be replacing Stalwart Force and Revival of Legends. Wait, does that mean these two selection packs you can no longer get the cards that are in there anymore? Surely not. Oh, these guys are in other packs, aren't they? Yeah, they're in other packs as well. Just checking. I think these cards are in there. Yeah, these cards are only in the new ones. Everything here will be in the master packs too. Okay, okay. Only on the best source trusts me. Yes, I'm hoping that there's some people in chat that are TCG/OCG players or whatever that have played with these cards or seen these cards before, and as we're going through them can kind of tell me, oh, these cards had a great impact on the meta IRL, or they just had zero impact and no one cares about them, or yeah, just so we have a good idea, because I assume these cards have all been played IRL before. There's nothing like Master Duel specific here or anything. Not specific, unique or whatever. Yeah, so it should be fun though. I'm hoping to get some cool cards, alright? I've got 6,500 gems saved in game, waiting for when these new cards come out. So I'm hoping they're fun. I'm hoping they're fun. This is my local friendly YouTuber. Alright. How many people we got? We good to start? We got over 100. Let's start going through them. Alright, which way should we start, chat? Should we start from the left at the Despia stuff, or start at the right on the Synchro stuff? Which one would you prefer? Which one's the coolest stuff that we want to end on? So which side we starting? We want to start on the dog shit and get to the cool stuff. So left or right? Which way are we starting? Which side is the shitter half? 10 out of 10. Wait till we get to the cards. Right to left? Start right to left, left to right. End on Baron? What's it just... Oh, so you want me to start on the Despia stuff and then go all the way and skip the FLEUR? We can do that. So we'll end on the Baroness and we'll go from left to right. Sound good? Start from left and then end on FLEUR. Sound good?
Shut up, Mokuba.
If Machina Ruin Force isn't here, I gotta be Angie.
I don't think it's in here. I haven't seen any Machina stuff. Alright, we'll start like that. Alright. So first card to look at, we have... Make sure that to be seen in by the chat. We just zoom in a little bit. Alright, we have Dramaturge of Despia. That is not how you pronounce that, but that'll do. If a fusion, synchro, exceeds, or link monster is special summoned, you can target one effect monster from the field and negate its effects until the end of this turn. Okay. So it covers just about everything. It doesn't cover ritual monsters though. Fucking Herald. If this card is in your hand or on the field, is used as fusion material and sent to the graveyard or banished, you can special summon this card. Okay, special summon a 3000 attack void back if used as a fusion material? Oh. Oh, that's actually so sick. Uses this fusion material from hand, it special summons itself back, and then you have just a nice little negate when your opponent summons something big. That's actually so sick. Plus, it's a big stacked boy too. It's 3,000 attack. If this comes with like a nice fusion monster, it's hella sick. Because this card on its own is nuts, right? This card's actually nuts on its own. Despia's extra deck hate, which was not. Yeah, we gathered that. Too bad it's not Pendulum hate as well. Come on, that's kind of extra deck, right? Alright, I like it, I like it. What's Despia like in IRL chat? Does anyone know? Is Despia a good archetype IRL at the moment? Is it a Pog archetype? Should we be excited for this stuff? Hey, don't diss pendulums? No. You're in the wrong stream if you think we're not dissing pendulums here. Needs branded? Oh yeah, there's a fusion spell, right? That we might not be getting. That turns into like a I keep saying Neos fusion. It's probably better to use the Red Eyes fusion, like the wording. They're gonna be insane with structure deck stuff released in a few weeks' time in TCG. Okay. Name is the anti-truth, Drew. Highly competitive, keeps getting support because Konami has a hard-on for Albers. Okay, I mean this card by itself already seems nuts. I'm hoping, if anything, if the fusion monster's good, this will be a fun archetype. This card is nuts. You just get a 3,000 attack body for free that can get a nice little negate on any like extra deck monster your opponent summons, which is most of the game. So, because even like the ritual decks at the moment like to summon extra deck stuff as well. Like it's not like everything. This targets like everything, every deck. All right, let's see what's next. So this must be the fusion monster we're getting, or the boss monster, I assume. Despia Queritus? 1 Despia monster plus 1 light or dark monster. Ooh, does that mean this can be used as like a package in something? Like you just take a light or dark deck and then run some Despias in it? That would be kind of cool. Because that way you can just play it in like, you could mix it with different archetypes, which would be hella fun. Those are the best kinds of like, well, I say the best kinds of fusion decks, but then I hate Invoke, so. But Invoke can be used with literally anything, that doesn't count. Alright. During the main phase quick effect, you can change the attack of all monsters currently on the field to 0 until the end of this turn, except level 8 or higher fusion monsters. Okay. If this face-up card in its owner's control leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect, you can add to your hand or special summon 1 Fallen of Albaz or 1 Despia monster from your deck. Okay, so that's a nice little float on it. Change everything to 0. That's massive for OTK. It's used to, this might be just a going second deck, maybe. Because that is a nasty OTK combo, right? You just summon this boy out. Everything your opponent controls, 0 attack. Already has 2,500. This card is 3,000. Although I think... that... Can you chain that in a way where this card doesn't get reduced? Maybe. Can you? See, because this card summons itself when you use a fusion summon, right? Surely you can chain that in a way where this card's attack doesn't get reduced, right? This can be played with Dark Lord. That's a kind of an odd combo. My buddy runs in text and stuff like Frightful, Patchwork, and Edge him. Okay. I'm talking 0. So it just seems like a massive OTK kind of contender. Just reducing everything to 0. Does mean if you're going first too, it's not that bad, because it can make your opponent's bosses and stuff have no attacks, so you just don't die. And not dying is pretty good. The brand up using these sensor dolls and stuff, that would be great. Can you make this out to Macabre? Just be work with Invoke. Let's not give people ideas. That is actually cool as shit though. Damn, those cards are already looking nuts. If there was some nice support for the archetype, it would just be great. Does seem like a pretty heavy going second kind of thing though. It's kind of weird that this card's more of like a thing you want to have out before your opponent summons stuff. This is kind of something you want to have out like afterwards, so it's kind of like they kind of negatively synergize with each other. Kind of, it's a bit odd. But yeah, this is like a massive OTK deck. It's nice as a float effect too, so your opponent does get rid of it. You do get a nice little, well, not float, you get to search the card to hand. Alright, not bad, not bad. So Despia's looking like it might stack up to be alright. I'm liking the Despia stuff. Alright, next card. Sword Master of the Bewitching Iris. Okay, during the main phase, if a monster whose effects are negated is on the field, quick effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. Okay, that's pretty easy to do. If your opponent special summons a monster except during damage step, you can activate one of these effects based on where it was special summoned from. Hand, special summon a monster from your hand. Deck, draw 2 cards. Okay, extra deck, destroy one of those special Ooh. Okay, so I assume this card is actually part of this archetype, even though it's not in the same name. It's like, it's similar effects to what they're doing, right? Damn, they summon something from the extra deck, you just nuke it. This card negates it, this card nukes it. These cards always like combo with each other. This one negates it, this one nukes it. That is cool as shit. Dude, these are some stacked ass cards though. But there's gotta be other archetypes you can run this in. Not just the Despia stuff. We're just noticing a cool combo already. Draw 2 cards. You can use this for things like Imperm, right? Just Imperm your opponent's monster, that you can just summon this. Imperm your opponent's monster, summon this card from hand. Does this card get a lot of play in IRL, boys? Any TCG players? Does this card get played IRL quite a bit? Can you feel the next pack's Brave token? I don't know what that means. No, it doesn't? You don't think so? Oh, it feels bad, man. It seems like such a cool card, though. No, it sucks? I would say it sucks. If you don't even run it, alright. It's for Baroness. So it's also normally worm types that go into 1-card synchro summons. It doesn't synchronize with its archetype? That's kind of odd. Okay. I guess it's kind of just like a worse hand trap. You just had a hand trap already.
Shut up, Mokuba.
Despia would be nice if it wasn't $300 to have 3 of the Searcher, and it's still expensive for the other cards.
It won't be $300 in this game, alright? So be happy, alright? We're cheaper in this game. It's so bad, it breaks hands. Dead on first turn, true. JCH has a monster negate ready to summon it, right? You're not going to negate one of your own monsters. They would rather have worms. Okay, so apparently this card, not too great. Its effect isn't bad though. Just doesn't seem like it's too great. Alright. So maybe it's a one-off kind of thing, if anything. Alright. Moving on. Starving Venomy Dragon. What the fuck is this thing? Pendulum effect. Each time a card is sent from the field to the graveyard, place 1 Venomy counter on this card for each card sent. All monsters in the field except Dark Dragon monsters lose 200 attack for each Venomy counter on the field. Once per turn, you can reduce the battle damage you take to 0. Okay, attack reduction. I mean, not the greatest, but it is a scale 1, which is a pretty good scale. Monster effect. 1 dark monster plus 1 pendulum monster. That makes it very easy to summon. Good super poly target as well. Very good super poly target, actually. You can target one face that monster your opponent controls. Until the end phase, this card's name becomes that monster's original name and replace this effect with that monster's original effects. Then that monster loses 500 attack and defense. Its effects are negated. Also inflict 500 damage to your opponent. You can only use the face... Okay. This card, the monster zone is destroyed, you can place it in the pendulum zone. So this card seems like a brilliant super poly target, if anything. Is it used for anything outside of Super Poly though? I assume it's just a Super Poly target. That seems very good though if you wanna if there ever becomes like a very prevalent pendulum deck in the meta and you're running a dark deck, or likewise if you're running a pendulum deck and there's a prevalent dark deck in the meta. You can never go into this card, so bad compared to Starving Venom. Well, it's good. You can compare this to Starving Venom, but it's not like you can't run both of them if your extra deck isn't like... If your deck isn't super extra deck reliant, it's not like you can't run both of them. It requires Pendulum now, but if you're playing a Pendulum deck, you can use it then if you wanted to. But since Pendulums aren't exactly the most prevalent deck in the meta, it's not like you see them very often at the moment. If a Pendulum deck does become meta relevant and you're playing a dark deck, you know, but you could run this in Heroes if you wanted to. If your opponent was running, if there was actually a prevalent meta deck in the meta, which there isn't at the moment. But you barely run into Pendulums that often. Yeah, so I think this card is cool and all, but I think it's more of like a wait until there's something that actually worth targeting. Like, if it ever becomes a tier 1, top tier, like, instead of Zodiac, it was some fucking Pendulum deck. It would actually be playable, but we don't really have one at the moment, so it's probably not worth running. Probably not. It's not a bad card. It's just a Super Poly target, though. That's it. You're not going to use it outside Super Poly. I think. Especially considering, yeah, the Starving Venom is just a better card. Better target, I mean. Isn't that just 2 dark something? It's just 2 dark monsters. Way more generic. Then a dark and a pendulum monster. Alright. Hey, thank you, Crimson, for continuing your membership. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Alright. Next card in the lineup, we have AntiHuman Intelligence. Can the chat see this? They can. Me Spy Ya. Okay. You can reveal this card in your hand, add 1 other pendulum monster from your deck to your hand. Oh, sorry. What am I saying? 1 other pendulum monster from your hand or 1 card from your pendulum zone to the extra deck face up. And if you do, special summon this card. Okay. You can only use the effect of once per turn. If another monster is normal or special summoned while this monster is on the field, send that monster to the graveyard during the end phase of this turn. Oh, it's not even like, you don't get to choose to do that. Oh, it sends them all. What, so you have to summon this at the end of the turn? Well, this card is weird. Oh, this card is so weird. What? So you have to summon this at the end of your turn, otherwise it will send your own stuff. And it's not a choice, it's mandatory. I'm not sure I like this card too much though. It's not like, there's no like delay or anything on it. Not delay, that's not the right word. It's no like prevention or whatever on it. Like it's not stopping your opponent doing anything. It's kind of like hoping your opponent summons stuff and doesn't remove it, which is not gonna happen. It has no like prevention stuff. Prevention isn't the right word. What word am I trying to think of? Like disruption, that's it. There's like no disruption on it. It's kind of like, yeah. You didn't get the reference in the name? Misaya? I have no idea what that is. Why is this card an ultra rare? I don't know, to fill up the ultra rare slots and piss you off in game. Oh, Messiah? Ah, okay, I see. Yeah, this card seems pretty bad though. Thoughts, chat? Is this card any good? Read the pendulum effect. Does it have one? Oh, it does. The thing just doesn't show it. Any non-monster card sent to the graveyard is banished instead. Any non-monster... Okay, well that's... I mean, that's something, I guess. But like I said, you have to summon this at the end of your turn. I don't know. It's so weird. It's such a weird card. Yeah, it doesn't seem that great. If that first effect was included monsters, it might be pretty great. What do you think, boys? Any good? I'm looking at it and not thinking it's that great. Seems pretty bad. Attention the effect is written in tiny text. I had to like zoom in on. Too niche. Not good. Alright, you guys giving it a meh. I'll give it a meh too. That's a thumbs down. That's what I like to see. Alright, moving on. Next card. Alright, now remember chat, if you're enjoying the stream and you're enjoying this kind of content and want to see more of it, feel free to subscribe. It's free. Lets you know when I do these streams and these reviews, and you can, yeah, get to see them live every time. Alright, shameless plug done. Moving on. Can I move let's move the chat over the other side of the screen, maybe. It's kind of blocking the cards we're trying to go through right now. I can sit, if I sit them there. That is... you know what, that'll do. We can still see chat, alright. No, kind of scuffed it, alright. Alright, shooting Majestic Star Dragon. Alright, so it takes Majestic Dragon plus 1 non-tuner monster, including a Dragon Synchro monster. So very specific. So only going to be played in one deck. That is definitely for sure. Or one, yeah. must be first synchro summoned. Once per turn, you can negate the effects of a one effect monster your opponent controls. Okay, it's not even a quick effect. Okay, this card gains 1 additional attack each battle phase for each monster in your graveyard that is Stardust Dragon or is a synchro monster with Stardust Dragon in its text. Okay, it's beefy boy with 4,000 attack too, so massive OTKs. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a card or effect, quick effect, you can banish this card until the end phase, and if you do, negate the activation. If you do, banish that card. Okay, I mean, it seems to be good for OTKs, but it seems like very, yeah, I don't know. It's very good for OTKs, but outside of that, it's like insanely good for OTKs, but that's all it's offering you. I would have thought, like, most synchro decks will be going first and trying to set up a board, and like impossible to beat board state, right? The Dawn of Majesty cover card, right there, bad card, bad set. It does seem pretty average. It's gonna be easy ways to OTK than trying to summon out this big beefy boy. It's certainly be fun to play. Card art's kind of neat. Too much investment? That's what I'm thinking too. It's super specific. Super specific just for 1 negate. Just 1. Well, 2 if you count the once per turn target one or whatever it is. It's not even target, is it? Whatever, it doesn't matter. Is a 1 card combo into this plus Crystal Wing plus other negates? Okay. But would this card actually like help the already Stardust art type though? Like if you're already summoning a 1 card combo into all that stuff, couldn't you already go into something else and just do the exact same thing? Like how is this helping the art type? Is it making it better? The important thing is the Stardust Synchro support cards that will come with this, not this in particular. Ah, okay. Because this card on its own doesn't seem like it's like a huge buff for the deck at all. It just seems like, oh, now you can OTK when you could probably already OTK with it. Or you could just not summon this and summon a bunch of negates instead. No, not at all. Yeah, I didn't think so. Shooting Quasar's better. Yeah. Alright. I mean, if you've got a combo that ends on this board plus a bunch of other stuff, it'll certainly be a fun deck. You can use it if you want to. Yeah, I just don't think it's going to improve the art type all that much. Just in first glance. Alright, next card. Now, I like Crystal Wing stuff, only because I've used them in that Wind Witch Trickstar deck I played, so... I don't think this one fits into that deck in particular, but, I don't know, I like the Crystal Wing stuff, they're kind of fun. So, let's see what this card does. 1 Tuner Synchro monster, 1 non-tuner Clearwing monster. Okay, pretty easy to summon. Once per turn when your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you can activate this effect until the end of this turn. Sorry. And so this card is unaffected by the activated effects of your opponent's monsters. Also, this card gains attack equal to your opponent's monster's original attack. I think some monster's original attack. Okay. That's pretty neat. I'm not sure I like the making your monster unaffected as opposed to having the negate like the other one has. But I guess just making it like, unaffected for the whole turn is pretty fucking nuts. You can make it a big beefy boy too. Okay. It's also... Oh, so unfortunately it's only activated effects by monsters though, right? So spell and trap still affect it. Okay, once per turn when a spell trap card is activated, quick effect you can negate the activation. Oh, it has a negate on it as well. Oh, that is cool. If it's sent to the graveyard, you add a win monster. Oh, this card seems really nice. I love it. This has got to be good. This has got to be a buff for the Crystal Wing deck, right? This is so cool. Oh, not just Crystal decks that would already summon the Crystal Wing dude. So this card seems really fun. Yeah, Speedroids and stuff. And some more Speedroid stuff actually coming up.
Card games on motorcycles!
You would rather summon Baroness? Oh, that card that's coming up? Oh, that's kind of unfortunate. The card isn't bad though. Apparently you want to summon Baroness instead. It's really good for Clearwing deck because they easily get destroyed by spell and traps. This card would be the go-to if Baroness didn't exist. That's kind of tragic. Oh, that's what feels bad. So we're all saying this card is a great, fantastic card, but it doesn't matter because the next card is better. Is that what we're saying? It feels bad, man. Can't we just summon both of them? Come on. Can't we just summon both of them? It's so unfortunate. Yep, well, fuck. Feels bad. I like this card though. I might play it anyway, just because I like the Crystal Wing stuff. Huh? I'll play it. I'll play it still, because it's still like it's all admit it's still a good card, right? It's just apparently this next card's better. We're gonna save this card for last, chat, alright? Because apparently it's amazing, so we'll save it for last. You can summon both the Megalol. There you go. See? Thank you, chatter. I will summon both. It's kind of like Savage Dragon replacement. It's pronounced like Savage Dragon pronounced replace all overlays. Oh, okay. Yeah. Alright. So we'll skip Baron, we'll leave it for last. Moving on to High Speedroid Clearwing Rider. Alright. Level 11. 1 Wind Tuner plus 1 non-tuner Wind Synchro Monster. Okay. Once per turn during your main phase, you can roll a 6-sided die and shuffle. Wait, is this card even a win? Oh, it is a win monster. Okay, I was just checking. Alright, once per turn during your main phase, you can roll a 6-sided die and shuffle win monsters from your graveyard into the deck up to the result. Then you can destroy cards your opponent controls up to the number shuffled, and if you do, this card gains 500 attack for each card destroyed by this effect until the end of this turn. Okay. That's a that could result pretty badly for you, but it could also result in a rather big attack buff. Okay. Interesting board nuke. Complete dice roll. I guess it's kind of on theme with the Speedroid stuff. Okay. During your opponent's main phase, quick effect, you contribute this synchro summon card to summon to 2 level 7 synchro monsters with different names from each other from your extra deck. Oh. Well, that's kind of neat too. Alright, so I don't like that it's a gamble effect. Gamble effects in general are generally not too great. But the quick effect dodge stuff might be pretty neat. Quick effect dodge. So your opponent tries to like target it or something, you could just swap it out for something else. 2 level 7 win synchro. That's pretty high too. This gamble has no downside. I mean, the downside is you could have summoned something better. Is the thing. Like you summon this, you roll a 1, you're like, oh, well, I really wish I'd summoned something else now. That's the downside. The downside is you're not getting a whole lot of value for a level 11 synchro monster if you're just getting like a dice roll of 1. The second effect is super dope though. I mean, a gamble custom art type just for that reason alone. It's not hard to be summoned in Speedroid where it's intended to be summoned. I don't know, what do you think, chap? Are we playing this card? Are we playing this in Speedroid? I think it seems pretty good. I don't like the dice roll effect there. But if it's like something you just can summon anyway, just when you already end your board on 600 monsters, just one of them, then sure. But if you have to like choose this over like another boss monster, I don't think you would. But if you just kind of summon it anyway, then sure. It's not a bad effect, and the fact that it can swap itself out is pretty nuts. You can float into an Omnigate, which is pretty good. You're not summoning this unless it's Speedroids, I figured that. And you can recycle Terratop, so yes, okay. Going fast makes me feel alive. Alright. So we want to summon this? Alright, I'm down. I'm down to summon this. It seems pretty fun. Seems pretty good. Alright, moving on, boys. Moving on. Wolfray, the Stellar Wind Wolf. Okay. Wait, why are the names different? Wolfray, the Stellar Wind Wolf, or Stellar Wind Wolf Wolfray? Hello? Guys, your card names are different. Interesting. 1 tuner plus 1 non-tuner monster. Very easy to summon. Literally generic. Level 9. You can only try 1 Stellar Wind Wolf go out. Okay. Gain thrown attack each time another monster effect is activated. While this card... Okay, so how much is it base? 2,500? Okay, that's a lot of effects, but... While this card has... while the attack of this card is less than 4,000... Hey, what am I... Yeah, okay, so it goes up to 4,000. What's more of my English? Once per turn, if this card's attack is 4,000 or higher, quick effects, you can shuffle both this card and all monsters your opponent... Oh, that's cool! You shuffle all your opponent... So if your opponent's playing a deck, it kind of reminds me of like a Nibiru type card, where it's just waiting on your opponent to do a certain amount of things, and then, oh, yeah, boards are gone. It's 5 effects? That's actually not that much. Damn. You'll never resolve that effect? But from 5 effects? I think that's doable. It's not just monsters, any card, right? Oh, it is monster effects. Ooh, monster effects is a bit rough. But there's a lot of decks you could summon this against. Like, if you know your opponent's playing something like, I don't know, there's a lot of decks that could be playing. I think even Drytron summons a bunch of stuff, right? Activate a bunch of monster effects. There's a lot of decks that summon a bunch of bunch of monster effects. It's kind of like a weird Nibiru style card though. It will never resolve. I mean, is that because your opponent's playing around it though? You can buff it yourself. That's more dependent on like you wouldn't run the cards to specifically buff this unless of course like there's cards already in your archetype that do so, right? Like, so I don't think you're gonna be like trying to summon this as your main boss monster a lot of the time. Great card, but Kaiju, true. Protect the wolf. It's like saying to your opponent here, yeah. They can play, yeah. But playing around it is one thing, but it's like if you summon this card and it makes your opponent have to play around it, and the fact that they just can't do anything anyway. Like, if having this card on the board means your opponent's play around is they just aren't able to have a proper turn, it might be worth summoning. But I feel like this kind of card's like the kind of card you want to have on the field when you know what your opponent's playing. If you don't know what your opponent's playing, then... Oh, it's your attacks with the power of the Guardians? Shut the fuck up, bro. It's okay in Virtual World since you set it up on your turn. Okay. Just make it negate. Yeah, so I feel like this card is okay, but it'll be something you want to run like if you knew what your opponent's playing, and I don't think you're always going to know what your opponents are playing on ladder. Because there's a lot of decks that'll just see this and be like, oh, alright. Well, then we just summon Slink to remove it real quick. Yeah. It's super like relying on what your opponent's playing kind of a card. Which is not good for ladder then, because you don't know what your opponent's playing. But in like a tournament setting, if you want to run this card and you know what your opponent's playing in like a best of 3 or something, you could probably consider having this in the extra deck just to summon it against specific decks that just have no out to this kind of effect. Is it mandatory? No, it's not. Alright, we're moving on from this card. Probably not going to be all that useful. Alright, now for the final card. The card everyone's been waiting for and hyping me up for. This better be a pretty fucking good card, guys, alright? This better be a good card. Baron Defleur. Okay. 1 tuner plus 1 non-tuner monster level 10. Okay. Once per turn, you can target 1 card on the field, destroy it. Once per face up on the field, when a card effect is activated, a quick effect, you can negate the activation. If you do, destroy that card. Okay, so it's a removal, and it already has a negate on it. Okay. You can only use the effect of Baroness once per turn. Once per turn, during the standby phase, you can target 1 level 9 or lower monster in your graveyard. Return this card to the action. If you do special summon that monster. So you can... So, God, what a weird card. Okay, so it can just bring back select during the end phase. Oh, during the standby phase. Oh, this could be... Oh, it seems really cool, but I want to know the level 9 monster you're bringing back with it. What are we bringing? There's a lot of stuff we can bring back with it too. So you can like synchro climb using some massive ass boy and then bring back the level 9 you if you want to. Is there a choice effect to do that? Yeah, it is a choice effect. Okay, so you don't even have to. This card has a $109 price tag for a reason. What? That is nuts. Level 9 or lower. Yeah, so you can go in a lot of cards. You can combo off that card to wipe the board with the right level 9. Sorry. So what's a classic card you'd bring back with this? What level 9 are we looking at? What's the combo here, boys? What are we bringing out? I mean, you don't even have to. You can just leave this on board for something to get. Target 1, destroy. Quick effect, Omni negate, and has a swap out for a card engrave. Scythe? Oh, that is... No, don't tell me that. I don't want to hear it. Oh, don't tell me Scythe. Oh, that's cringe. Oh, is that really the... Really? Is it the artifact one, right? It's not this fucking thing, is it? Wait, is it this fucking thing? Oh, that is... Oh, I'm cringing already. Oh, that's not fun. Oh, that's not fun. Oh my... Oh, you're just summoning... Oh, that's... Now I'm cringing. I was excited for this card. Now I'm like, why? No, it's the vanilla below it. This thing. Yeah, true. Oh, we're summoning this boy. Oh, I don't know. This boy is pretty stacked. A man-shaped mantis with 2 razor-sharp scythes. Oh my goodness. Alright, well, I was excited for this card. Now you guys have made me cringe over it. I'm summoning this thing instead. I don't even care. This is cringe. This card's just cringe.
Shut up, Mokuba.
Well, if you were playing the actual FLEUR deck, you would be bringing back Soge Defleur, Chevalier Defleur, or Sorcier Defleur, but you aren't.
Yeah, true. What are those cards anyway? What are these cards? Oh, this wasn't one clear. Oh yeah, I know this card. This wasn't Duel Links. It's all that exciting. Wait, no one cares about that. That's the only other synchro in the... Okay, that's cringe. Alright, never mind. Snipe Hunter. Man, you mean this card's just gonna create another lock in the game? Does it look like I want a lock in the game? Bruh. That's actually a complete and utter boner kill right there. I don't want another lock in the game. Is this the reason that everyone's complaining about Scythe on Twitter? Or is Scythe the way to pronounce it, right? So I've noticed on Twitter that every like second tweet from a Yugi tuber is about Scythe being broken in the format. Is this the reason? Yes. This is DPE. Feels bad, man. Double circle fuck. Oh god. Alright. Alright, boys. I think that's it for the actual review of the cards. Everything else is not announced yet, so we have to wait and see on that. Thank you guys for watching. I think I'm going to end the stream here. If you guys enjoyed the stream, make sure to subscribe and all that kind of stuff, so you know when I do these streams and you can join in next time. And yeah, any final remarks, chat, before I end the stream? Any final thoughts? Hey man, could you just read it? This review's already over, buddy. You missed it.
Card games on motorcycles!
Hey, thanks for the sub, Brandy. Appreciate it. You're cool. Your mum. Damn, that is a great thought. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. You check out Despia Searcher? I don't want to check out things that are not confirmed. Even if it's like 90% to come, I don't want to check out things that are not confirmed. Alright, that's going to do it for the stream though, boys. Thanks for tuning in.